Hey all, it's Miko, and today I wanted to talk about the new event that just came out in 2.7. I don't remember its name, it's gonna be on the screen anyway, but it was about the Archon Quest of Xiao, Yanfei, Yelan, Itto, and Kuki. And I really wanted to talk about it because I think the event was amazing, the story and the fighting were all incredible. I don't have anything negative to say about the event, so I wanted to talk to you guys about what it could mean for the future of Genshin and what this event did right. So for a while, people have been complaining now about the state of Genshin and its storytelling. Maybe not for main story quests, like the Raiden story or the Kazuha cinematics. I think that is universally loved. But more about the side stories that come in 2.x, like maybe the character stories, like the Yelan's one. I haven't played the Yelan story yet, but I mean the character story. Normally people don't like them because there's a lot of random generated NPC in the story instead of main characters. And this, I'm gonna be honest, the story of 2.7 really revitalized my love for Genshin. It really showed me why I loved Genshin in the first place so much. So about the story is focused about the 5 playable characters Xiao, Yanfei, Itto, Yelan, and Kuki. And the Traveler in Paimon, obviously, instead of generic random NPCs like I've said. And they also make really interesting character choice, putting 5 really different characters, well not 5 because Yanfei is with Yelan and Itto is with Kuki, and Xiao is kind of alone with the Traveler. So 3 to 4 group of people, really different groups, and they have great character development throughout the story. And I think it really shows a lot in the cinematics, in the text, when they speak to each other. I think it's amazing. The cinematics were breathtaking. If you guys have seen the cinematics, you know what I'm talking about. I think there was 2 or 3 of them. It showed really good character development. It is the perfect example of that. Xiao deciding to sacrifice himself and Yelan reaching for his hand at the very last second before disappearing and getting saved by Xiao and getting out of the chasm. It really shows what the characters think, how they act, the text says why they are like that. Like, everything is amazing. Everything explains, like we get an explanation of everything. We know why Yelan hates people sacrificing themselves. We know why Xiao wants to sacrifice himself, and we see that at the very end when Xiao tries to sacrifice himself and Yelan reaching out. I think it's a beautiful scene, beautiful cinematic, and I don't have anything to say against it. Even the animations of it were amazing. Yeah. Also, I wanted to talk at the end of the battle challenges that they put. I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people have been talking about it, and I 100% agree with them. I think it should 100% replace Spiral Abyss. I think Spiral Abyss in its current state, it's go kill monsters and do the stars. If you're free to play, or if you're not an old player, you probably don't 36 stars the Abyss. A lot of people say, oh, the Abyss is so easy, oh, the Abyss is so easy. Like, you see all the big content creators, but the reality is that most people don't 36 stars the Abyss unless you're a really old player or you pay to win, sorry. A lot of content creators that are pay to win have been playing since the beginning, like Mtashter, like a lot of these players. So I'm not talking trash about them or anything like that. I'm just saying the majority of the player base is not 36 starring the Abyss. So I think that's a really good change. The battle thing wasn't too hard, wasn't too easy. I think it was a really good balance. I really like the mechanic of having to replace units or characters because of the fatigue for 1 or 2 rounds, and having to make different team comps depending on what you have available. I think it was really fun. It also creates the one that you have to do more teams, and 2 that you have to do less teams, because at sometimes you want to keep your healer so you can put instead of your froze comp, you can put your electro comp with the, let's say, that's what I did. I kept Kokomi, and I had her in my freeze team first with Ganyu, Diona, and Venti, and I kept Kokomi for my second part, and I put Raiden, Yaimiko, and Sucrose. Or the second time I kept Venti, and I went to Ayaka, Rosaria, and I think Bennett. I'm not really sure who the last character was. I don't really remember. Or maybe Kokomi. But I think it's really cool because you create more teams. I think, in my personal opinion, I think creating teams is one of the most fun thing to do in Genshin Impact. And it also makes you create less teams at the same time, depending on how many rounds you have your team being fatigued, how many units you have to put on the bench and everything. So I think it mixes a lot the game, it mixes the combat a lot. And it's a good thing for free-to-play players, because it wasn't as difficult as Spiral Abyss. I think Spiral Abyss is way too hard right now for free-to-play players. I'm not talking about veteran players or pay-to-win players. But I think even if you 36 start the Abyss with this format every single time, I still think it's really fun. Even if it was easier, even if it was easy, I think the system we got in in the event of 2.7 is such a good, like, base system to have. Like, they should build on that and create a new Spiral Abyss. So that's my thought about the events. Let me know what you guys thought about it. I'm sure you guys loved it, but tell me what you think. I love reading the comments, obviously. I really appreciate you watching. Go watch my other videos and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful day, guys.
Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!